It's interesting. It's an analogy I used a few hours ago with Jack. The sort of interaction you have on the internet is not dissimilar to when you get in your car and you have that personal space around you and you yell at other drivers and hoot your horn. As soon as you open your door and get out, you sort of like are drawn back into the real world. And I think the internet is a little bit like that. People come along and say things and behave in a way that they would not do if you met them personally.
DPR, can I say something really quick? I mean, I had somebody try, and I'm on a motorcycle, so I don't have that personal space thing that you've got going on. Mine is a little different. I mean, I had three guys in this big old car. This what we call a hoopty, you know, the big old 1970s lead sled, come and occupy the same lane with me in it, right next to me. And I find myself having no other recourse with these people than to be kicking the hell out of their car on my bike on the freeway. And I made sure to get around to the other side too, so kick the other side too, because that guy was looking awfully comfortable over there in the passenger seat, and I wanted to know how much I didn't like having to share my lane with these guys.
Well, I
Imagine doing that
remember
in
when
New
I
York,
was in London
in New York
doing my
City.
law course and cycling everywhere, someone suggested, because cycling in London is a dangerous pursuit, they said what you should do is get a car aerial and attach with duct tape or whatever a golf ball on the end of it. And if a car gives you any grief, you just whack it with one of those, and it will leave a dent and cause them to take notice.
Not to
I never
derail
did that,
everything.
of course, because I'm a decent and honourable human being, even though I am an atheist.
Not to derail everything, but I mean, in the years that I lived in Arizona, Arizona had open weapons law. Everybody that was on a bike had a gun, all of them, and so you just didn't occupy people's lanes that way. I mean, you were a lot more conscious about people, and
California was like that too, I think, with people being more.
I mean, for those of us that have not been brought up in America, I guess, such as Thunder, Potholer, and myself, the idea of someone wandering around with a gun is just crazy to us. I mean, Peter, are you with me on this? I mean,
yeah. Well, look, I lived in South America for 4 years. I had a friend of mine who always carried his handgun with him, and one time we met down in a cafe in the afternoon. This was in a town called Salvador da Bahia up in the northeast of Brazil, and he only had his shorts, t-shirts, and a pair of sandals on. And I said, at last, the first time I've seen you come out and you haven't got your gun with you. And he said, I have. He lifted up his T-shirt and the gun was tucked into his shorts. So, yeah, I lived with guns a lot out in South America. In the United States, it's just as bad in a lot of places there.
I used to like having the open weapons thing. I mean, I had an 18-inch Bowie knife on my belt everywhere that I went, and there was another smaller knife that was in the same scabbard with that. When you've got an 18-inch Bowie knife with you wherever you go, you'd be surprised.
That's not a knife, that's a small sword.
You'd be surprised how often you need it for everything.
Yeah, but then the other guy might have a gun. So what do you do at a distance of 10 feet?
Well, I just mean as a utilitarian thing. You know, you've got a giant knife on you. You find you have to take it out for everything.
Peter, I'm going to come back to you because there's one last person I want to fit in. Last words, Buku, before I move on.
Quick question on something else. You're aware of John Richards in East England, the 89-year-old atheist who claims he was threatened by the police for having a sign up in his window for suggesting religion is a fairy tale? Did you hear that story?
No.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you have to check it out. I was going to ask if the three British people on the panel would also put up signs in their window in a show of solidarity for this atheist who has been threatened by the police apparently, and it's made him quite grumpy.
Where is this person? Which country?
It's in England. He's in East England, I think.
I will certainly look at it. I'm very
I'll
amazed
send you the link later. Yeah.
For the majority of people in this country, and I know that Thunder, and I suspect Potholer as well, will say religion is very much a quiet background noise that no one pays much attention to. So that does surprise me.
The Public Order Act of 1986, Section 5. That's what he violated, actually.
Sorry,
was going to say,
which
I'll
section?
be very careful with
one
that
second,
story.
I think it's the Public Order Act, Section
Public
5,
Order Act, Section 5.
1986.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Wow,
that's what
okay.
they say he violated.
You guys are talking over our guest.
Sorry.
Sorry, but before I just want to say before we go any further into looking at this, I would say that this might not be because of what was written on the sign. It might be because there is some local council ordinance saying you cannot put up banners and posters.
Well, no.
So
If he's being prosecuted under Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986, then it is a criminal offence.
Oh no! What is the exact wording of that? I mean,
I would have to look it up, but basically, it is such a broad thing that if you spit on the pavement, you can probably be arrested under Section 5. If you look at someone with malintent, you can be arrested. If you, I mean, it's the least, it's the lowest of all the offences that you can do under the Public Order Act. And if you think that the first one starts off with riot, then violent disorder, then affray, then I can't remember what Section 4 is. Then
I'm glad I don't have to live with those laws, because I mean, looking at somebody with malintent, that's like a pickup line over here.
It may be for you, Aaron.